In this video, we're going to show you how to create an e-poster using the template. We're assuming that you've already followed the instructions on how to set up a Learning Toolbox account and how to get author permissions. These were included in the welcome email you were sent. So now you can go to the Learning Toolbox website, my.ltb.io, and log in. Once you're logged in, click on the Create Stack button. A stack is just the word used in Learning Toolbox to describe the collection of materials and resources that you are going to pull together. So it's essentially your e-poster. You can now choose from 3 templates. Empty stack. This does exactly what it says and provides you with an empty stack or e-poster with no starting structure. ePoster Classic template. This provides you with an e-poster with the classic research paper structure. ePoster Standard template. This is the one we're going to use for this video. But if you choose to use either of the other templates, then you will find that the editing is the same. The difference is merely the names given to the tiles in your e-poster at the start. So now let's click on the ePoster Standard Template button. Your basic stack or e-poster has now been created based on our template. You can see the 6 tiles: abstract, authors, presentations, tools, resources, references and vote. The ones that we showed you in the example e-poster video. Now the first thing we suggest you do is give your e-poster a meaningful name. The name will appear in the space at the top of your e-poster, so we recommend you choose something that is a shortened version of your full title. Now let's save your e-poster. Okay, so the e-poster is actually showing in the mobile screen here, and at the moment your e-poster has 3 different types of tile in it. The abstract tile is actually what's called a text content tile. The authors, presentations, tools, resources and references tiles are all stack screen tiles. And the vote tile is an other stack tile. You can see all the different types of tile you can use to the left in the tile library. So let's start by editing the abstract tile. You can edit any of the tiles in your e-poster by clicking on the edit icon in the top right hand corner of the tile. The editing options for that tile then appear to the right of the e-poster screen. Now, each tile has 2 main editing tabs. The settings, this is where you identify what content will be included in this tile. And the layout, this is where you choose how the tile will look on the screen. And in the editing options you can also delete a tile. So as this is a text content tile, then looking at this one in the settings, we're allowed to add some formatted text. And this is what people will see when they touch on the tile. Now you can just copy and paste your abstract from your e-poster submission into this tile. Once you're happy that you've done that, make sure you click on Apply underneath the text box to ensure that the text is added to the tile. Okay, we can now switch to the Layout tab and decide how we want this tile to actually look on the screen. And we're able to change 4 things here: the size of the tile on the screen, the colour of the title band at the top of the tile, the screen that the tile appears on. We're working on a start screen at the moment, so we just leave that as it is, and the image that appears in the tile background. When you click on Set Image, you have 3 ways of choosing an image to add as a background. You can upload your own image from your computer, an image you have the rights to use. You can search Pixabay. this is an online database of copyright-free images. Or you can choose an image that you've previously picked from Pixabay. This option becomes more useful the more that you use Learning Toolbox. For this time, let's try to find a suitable image on Pixabay. Once you've chosen an image, then you have the chance to resize and move the position of the image on the tile. Remember that the title band of the tile will hide the part of the image that appears near the top. Once you're happy with it, click Apply. The image will load and you'll see it in the background of the tile. The method for changing the layout, the tile size, colour and background is identical for all the tile types in the library. Okay, let's close the editing of the abstract tile, and this returns us to the main stack editing page. And now we can move on to editing the next tile. This is the author tile. This is a stack screen tile type. This means it links to another screen. As before, we can start editing by clicking on the edit icon in the top right hand corner, and on the layout tab we can do the same as we did on the abstract tile and choose how this tile will look. On the settings tab we can change the tile title, add a navigation icon if we want to, and set the screen that this tile links to. In this case, the template already set the tile to link to a screen called Authors. So, we now need to get and view the Authors screen. To do that, let's close the tile editor and return to the main stack editing page. Here you can see there's a box at the top that tells us which screen we are looking at. Currently, the Start screen. We can click on the drop-down menu to choose another screen to move to. As you'll see in the template we've already set up the 4 other screens, so you can just choose to move to them from here. So let's choose and move to the Authors screen from this menu. The Authors screen, which is currently blank, now appears in the mobile. And we can start to add new tiles to this screen. To add new tiles to a screen, all you need to do is to drag and drop them from the tile library onto the screen. So in this case we probably want to add a link to an online content, a web page. So let's drag and drop an online content tile onto the screen. As with every other tile type, this has 2 tabs. The Layout tab that allows us to change the size, colour and background image, and the Settings tab where we set what content will appear behind this tile. So in the Settings tile, let's just paste in the URL, the web address, to one of our ePoster's authors pages. As you'll see, Learning Toolbox tries to pick up information from this web page to use as the title, description and background image for this tile. But we can edit this if it hasn't picked up what we want. And we could change the image if we have a better one we would prefer to use. Having created the tile for Sebastian, we can carry on and drag in more online content tiles and connect them up to the web addresses of our other ePoster authors. For the moment, let's return back to the Start screen and look at the next tile. We can now edit the Presentations tile. Again, this is a stack screen tile. And again, the Layout tab allows us to change the way this tile will look. And the Settings tile shows us which screen this tile has been linked to. Presentations. So, again, returning to the main stack editing page, we can choose to edit the Presentation screen. And this starts out as a blank screen. And we can drag and drop whatever tile types we need from the tile library. In this case, let's add a link to a video that we created explaining our work. As this is a video on YouTube, it's another example of an online content tile. So let's pull that in. and paste in the URL to the video. Learning Toolbox tries to pick up information from this web page to use as the title, description and background image for this tile. Now this tile is linked to the YouTube video. We can close this tile and we can add another tile to the presentation screen. This time we'll add a file tile. Again, we just drag it from the library into the screen, and again it has the layout and settings tabs. On the settings tabs, I can simply choose the file that I want to upload and link to this tile. I'm going to choose a PDF infographic that we have created. And again, Learning Toolbox pulls in information from the file to fill in the title, description and image fields, and again I can change and add this information manually. Okay, let's close this tile editing and again use the screen settings menu to return to the start screen. If you've not done it already, I recommend saving your stack now, so that we make sure we don't lose any changes. And let's now look and edit the Tools and Resources tile. This is another stack screen tile, and we can again change its layout on the Tile Editing Layout tab, and we can again look on the Settings tab to see which screen it's actually linked to. And we can move to that screen. Again, it's blank to start with, and we drag and drop the tiles we want to appear. This time let's try adding an app link tile. Again, just pull it across, and on the Settings tab we can choose an app to link it to. I'm going to choose Evernote. If you want to add in an app that's not listed on this tile, then you'll need to contact us to ask for it to be added to the library. Just use the contact form on the support webpage. Okay, finally, before we leave this, I will add in a Twitter feed tile. We can use this tile type to link the tile to a particular Twitter account or to a hashtag. I'll link this to the Learning Layers project's hashtag, #LearningLayers. The 3 that appears here tells me that it has found 3 recent Twitter posts related to this hashtag. But this will be updated dynamically, so new posts will appear behind this tile as they're made. Okay, let's return to the start screen. The References tile is another stacked screen tile, and again you can edit that in the same way as I've shown with all of the other stacked screen tiles, and you will probably be choosing to pull in online content tiles linking to online versions of the papers you want to reference, or the paper itself as a PDF if you have permission to include it. The final tile is a vote tile. This is an example of another stack tile. It links to another stack that we've created, the voting stack, and that is to allow visitors to vote for their favourite ePoster. You do not need to edit or change this tile at all. So by now we've added quite a lot of content to your stack, and this is a good time to save it again and to preview it to see how it looks when viewed on a computer or a phone. So save the stack, your ePoster, and then close the editor. Now at this point you can click on the preview button, and this will show you what your stack, your ePoster, would look like on a computer. And you can view it and move around the tiles. But more excitingly, you can also immediately see now how it will look on your own phone. To do this, what we need to do is set the stack or ePoster viewing permissions. The default, as you can see here, is that it's set to private. So that you can check your ePoster as you develop it, we recommend that you change these viewing permissions to be hidden. This will mean people cannot find it when they search Learning Toolbox, and anonymous access. That means you'll be able to look at it without logging in. Now, to check it on your phone, all you have to do is to open the Learning Toolbox app on your phone. If you haven't already, download it from your App Store. When you've opened it, touch the QR code scanner that appears in the top menu bar and scan the QR code that has been automatically created for your ePoster. You see it here. Your ePoster should then open inside the Learning Toolbox app and you'll be able to touch the tiles and explore it. Now you can continue to make further changes to your ePoster on the web using the editor, and when you save them you'll be able to see those changes immediately on your phone by either simply rescanning the QR code that you see here for your ePoster, or if you already have your ePoster open on your phone, you simply need to press the refresh button and that will automatically load your updated ePoster. Hopefully you now have a good overview of how to create your ePoster from the template. Some key things to remember are that to add new tiles to your ePoster, you simply pull them and drag and drop them from the tile library. Every tile in your ePoster can be edited by clicking on the edit icon in its top right hand corner. The edit screen for each tile has a layout tab where you can set how that tile is going to look on screen, and a settings tab which is where you will identify the content that appears behind that tile. The start screen for your ePoster already has in it the 6 core tiles, the 6 areas, but there are also 4 other screens: the authors, presentation, tools and resources and references, and you can move to those screens from the stack settings menu. If you have any questions or come across any problems when you're making your ePoster, then either return to this video, search the frequently asked questions for an answer, or contact us using the form on the support webpage.